and cheers. Thanks so much for being here with me, Helene at Cabin Fever Crochet. I thought I would come back because it has been a while again and let you know I'm still here, alive and kicking. And it happens that way sometimes with everything that I do and juggle outside of the YouTube world and my crochet life, and giving myself both a mental and physical handbrake and creativity wise. So I do have some things lined up, at least in my mind. It's just a matter of working it in. And I'm going to just tell you a little bit about that, show you some things I've been working on lately, and as my title says, a project I have been working on a little bit here and there. And the Caron blossom cakes, for those of you who would like to see what a finished piece in that yarn actually looks like. And now that I have actually worked with it more, I have more of a take on it than my initial review. And if you haven't seen that, I'll leave the link below if you'd like to check it out in all the colors I got. And then, as with all related content, that'll be down in the description box as well. So tell me, how have you been? Are you doing okay? You enjoying the warmer months? Is it more spring-like or more really intense summer where you are already? And do you have any special summer plans? Oh, and I have something really cute I picked up at a yard sale on the way home today. So yes, I'm going to go over some crochet. Oh, I have some jewelry out. That's all I've really been doing. Like I went back to hand therapy a few weeks ago because I had surgery in December, in my hand and my finger, mostly with the trigger finger. And so the incision went like a zigzag up and into the crease and across and into the crease of that knuckle and up. So there was a lot of scar tissue building up, and still had not been able to bend my finger all the way. And this is the first time I noticed when I was taking my handful of supplements this morning. For the first time, I went, wow, I could actually grip on the edge with my pinky and they didn't come sliding out with the handful I had. And it's not consistent and it's not easy, but it's getting better. And I have some really cool tools that just came in the mail today that I ordered that can use not only for working the hands, but all parts of the body. And I am so impressed with just the 5 minutes that I did it. So I'm thinking about doing a full review and a bit of a demo on those two, and they're really inexpensive, affordable, very cool tools. So if you please would either give me a thumbs up and or leave a comment in the comment section when we get to that point if you're interested in it. And some of the other things, I'm going to show you some of the jewelry that I made, some of the earrings. I went on an earring binge. I had an order and then I was so low on my stock, so I made 24 more pair. And some are still packed away though, but at least I brought the ones out for now that are on my rack. And I will eventually be listing some earrings in my Etsy shop. It might be getting closer to fall because I'm going to do the market. So if you see anything that you like that I show you, let me know. We can always either go through Etsy or PayPal or whatever. Yeah, summer is just a really busy time. Spring, summer, opportunity to get things done around here. Oh, and we have chickens now. We have 3 small hens and a rooster, so you might hear him talking a little bit. All right, so now to get started with the Caron blossom cakes. I was in Michael's the other day and talked with an associate who has been in the yarn department. That's specifically where she works. She's been there a long time. And I also saw her at a holiday fair a few years ago. She knits, and so we always chat for a few minutes and she lets me know what's what. And so she took me over to the Blossom Cakes new home because it is going to be staying in the Caron line. I'm so excited because I wound up really, really loving this, except 3 of the original 12 colors are discontinued. I don't know if they're bringing in new ones. And one of them, unfortunately, is this denim color. I don't recall if that was the name of it, but something reminiscent. I don't know why. It's just such a nice blue. Blue is always a popular color. It goes with just about everything. You can dress it up, you can wear it with jeans. So sad to say that's not available. The pink grapefruit, which was tones of pink, I think cream or white and into gray. And then my favorite, my top two favorite, the pink rose to coral. That's gone. I am so sad. I was going to get some enough for one of the two projects that I have in mind for this, but then I start thinking about all the yarn I have and want to use up, and yeah, now I wish I'd gotten it. It's really easy to work with. It calls for an H5mm hook. I went up for this project, I'll tell you a little bit more about it, I went up to an I5.5. I really like that better. I like the drape of it, and you can certainly go up even more if you want to. You could go up 1, 2, maybe even 3 hook sizes. That's going to vary on your tension and what's comfortable for you. And now this is a yarn, if you're not familiar with it, it's 61% cotton, 39 acrylic. It's made in India. You get a huge 8-ounce, 227 gram cake. Ooh, I'm showing it there. There are the specs on it, okay? Quite a bit of yardage, and this color, this is one of the two favorites. This is Caribbean Sea. That's still available, and it's kind of a chain net, I-cord knitted type of construction of the weave itself, and I'm not sure if the cotton is blown into that, as manufacturers do sometimes. And I did have to pull back when I was working on my project a few times on this, and it goes pretty easy for the most part, but that also depends on the stitches and how tight they are, the types of stitches. So it did catch on itself a little bit. This is mentioned, it does have a bit of a halo to it, but it was not terribly so. And on this, I did pull back quite a large section on it. I mean, about, I don't know, probably about this much. And I really didn't have any major issues. I just went a little bit more slowly, and instead of pulling straight up, I went at an angle, did a little bit, stopped and pulled back. And I would, when I would grip the yarn to pull, I would go a little bit closer to the base of the yarn. And so there's less tension from way out here pulling, and you have a little more control and grip at the base, and that helped. And that worked out real well. I would definitely buy this again. So this, so you can see the whole piece as far as I've gone. I did a cut here, was not because of the yarn, it was because I started something else, and I didn't care for it. It wasn't the yarn so much, it just wound up being for the project, and I thought, no, this yarn would be better served with something else. So I decided to make my Dewdrop Bactus Shawlette scarf. So now I'm on the decrease side. That little tail end, that is my makeshift stitch marker for marking the center, and this is going to be a gift, I'm pretty sure, for the fall. So I started now and just working a little in between, and it goes really fast. And the link for that, it's my pattern. I have a tutorial and a written pattern for that, so that's down below. But you know, it's one of these you can just go like backwards and bring the two ends around. And then I'm going to put a little bit of fringe, just 3 pieces. You could just do 1 tassel on the end if you like, but I'm going to put 1 on each end and a little bit on the center, as I did with my other ones. And I have 2 that I worked up, one in a really nice alpaca merino tencel blend, and the other in the Premier Puzzle cotton. Yeah, that is a cotton acrylic blend, and I really liked how that one worked up too. So now you see it in 3, but this gives a lot of drape, and I'm pretty sure I said I used an I5.5. When will I learn to write down and mark the hook I'm using? I think I'll remember. Time goes on, I work on other projects, this and that, here and there, everywhere. And now I'm almost wondering if I used a J hook. I very well may have. But I'm working a little bit more loosely than normal. I have a pretty middle of the road tension, but I'm definitely working more loosely since having the hand surgery. And so I think it's working out well. I'm checking it out. It looks pretty consistent to my other stitches, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just finish it as it is. There you can see the breeze picking up, how it just lifts and carries it. So I'm real happy with this yarn. Sad to see those other colors go. So there is an almost finished project with the Caron Blossom Cakes, and a little bit more of my review on that. You know, I have two projects in mind. I have enough yarn for both of them, so I just cannot promise dates anymore. You know, I have the best of intentions, then things come up, things happen, and I will just have to do them when I can get to them. I have timeline projected for everything. I do have a summer hat that I really want and need to do, because I need to make some for the market anyway. So I want to get that done pretty soon and get up a tutorial for that, and hopefully a written pattern. That was my initial plan, I'm hoping. Okay, so I have the jewelry, and then this other thing I just picked up today at the yard sale. So cute. We just stopped on the way to the post office. We're like, oh sure, let's just check it out on the way home. And I saw this on the table, and I thought, what are these, like leg warmers? Socks? I don't know. I couldn't tell. I like nautical theme. I'm thinking that lobster almost kind of looks familiar, as if it's a logo. And then when I got up, I went, hey, I think that's a scarf, like a really thin scarf. And when I touched on, oh wow, that is nice. I could tell just by the look that this is a nice quality piece. I thought this has to have been made by a good brand. And ta-da. Yeah, how about that? LL Bean. She said she's never worn it. One of those things we all do. I think we buy it and we think we're going to love it and wear it, and just sits in our closet, and then it comes to a point where it's time to just let it go. So she sold it to me for $1. It is so soft, and it's knit, machine knit. I don't know if you can see how fine the texture. So she said she thinks it's a summer scarf. It feels like a very fine combed or Pima cotton to me. Oh, it's lovely. Just lovely. And it's thin. You can picture yourself out boating or something, or, you know, just a little something. Breeze picks up. How cute is that? I love it. So she was so happy it went to a good home. And I'm so happy to have it. So yay. And LL Bean, if you're not familiar, if you're out of this country, and they're an outdoor outfitters type, and they even sell things like kayaks and paddles and camping equipment, hiking equipment, and just more casual, comfortable, very well made clothing too. They've been around for a long time, and they're out of Maine. So Maine, famous for their lobsters, Maine lobster. That's probably why I recognize that. Okay, and I think my battery's about ready to say goodnight. So why don't I show you the earrings real quick. And I have the prices on there. If you'd like to see anything more up close and personal, let me know. I think I'll leave my WildRoseAcres, which is connected to my Etsy shop, so I'll leave that one below. And that way I'll know it's about the jewelry thing. So you can contact me and I'll be happy to email you pictures. So this is my version of the candy shop. And by the way, I'll just tell you real quick, all my metal components, they're either made in the USA or Italy. And I only have work with sterling silver ear wires or 14 karat gold filled, not plated. And I have super sensitive ears, and I can wear both very nicely. And the head pins, a lot of my components are all sterling silver. I do work with some pewter. It is lead-free, made in the USA. Some of my bead caps and little findings and so forth. I work with all natural stones, Czech glass, Czech, C-Z-E-C-H, from the Czech Republic, Czech glass, and Swarovski crystals. And so that combination of those, the Czech Swarovski, sterling silver, the candy shop there, and various prices depending on the cost of my ear wires. Oh, that's a good one there. Oh, even the ones I have on. I think this was a psychological, like a subconscious oops, because when I made them, like, oh, I want to keep a pair last year, and I meant to take those to market, and I forgot, and I thought, maybe that was meant to be. Oh, look, this has a little piece of, I think that's petrified wood on the back of it. I don't know if you, there it is, you could see that piece. I don't think of that as a flaw. I just think of that as a wonderful inherent characteristic of amber. Sometimes there are little bugs in there, whatever gets trapped in the resin that's in the tree itself. So that is faceted natural amber and garnet with sterling silver, a pewter bead cap, the rest all sterling silver. So I do have enough to make a few more pair of those. And they're a little more pricey because of the amber. You know, that's not inexpensive. I think these, and with these type of ear wires, I also have the lever back ear wires. If you see a pair and you would say prefer a different type of ear wire, as long as I have them in stock, I can swap them out. That is called the perfect angle ear wire. Those are more expensive, so prices vary on that. But these are in the 32-ish range, depending on the ear wire. A little more for some, less, maybe less for others. And then plus shipping. In the United States, the shipping will be at $4. Okay, and then, yeah, these are, we'll call those cathedral earrings. And then, that cute, the little flowers with these are hummingbirds. Those are pewter. They're two-sided. They're not real heavy, but they're not super light. So I have a variety of small, lightweight, medium weight, and then those the jade? No, we have some jasper, and then getting into the natural stones. This is chrysoprase and carnelian, blue quartz, clear quartz. These are cubic zircon. I'm sorry, you couldn't even see those probably as I'm looking. Cubic zirconia, Swarovski crystal, and sterling. This is azurite, lapis, and turquoise. Okay, and over here, blue quartz, Swarovski, sterling. These are super lightweight. These are natural freshwater pearls in the coin shape. I made these a couple years ago. I think I might only have enough left for one set. These are Czech glass that look like stone with the natural stone kyanite and smoked quartz. Oh, these are fun. They're kind of turning a little bit, but they're pewter, and then patinaed brass, dragonflies, and they're separate pieces. So you have a lot of movement. See movement going, and then behind that they're hammered. So there's texture too. And what did I put on that? Yes, turquoise. And then Czech glass, kind of iridescent, really unique shaped beads at the top. And those I put on mixed metal earrings, sterling silver with 14 karat gold filled balls. And these are all Swarovski crystals. This is a Swarovski pearl, where the heart of the pearl is a crystal. And they're heirloom quality. And so this isn't anything that's gonna wear or peel off, and that's in all sterling silver. And then tiger eye, citrine, and some of you may not, may or may not be into that, but I thought what a great way to repurpose 22 spent casings. They're all brass, so these little tubes are brass. And I thought, what better way, why waste something to repurpose it? And then, so I've really laser faceted check glass and then iridescent check glass at the top in 14 karat gold filled. I had a silver tone. I'm not sure what the metal is in that, but they were, the casing was too scratched and I didn't have anything to smooth and buff that out. So yeah, and then that's that. And then I thought they were kind of cool. And then these, it's jasper and, is it? Oh, lepidolite, excuse me, black onyx, Swarovski, pewter and sterling, sodalite, white onyx, oh, over here, carnelian. And the only thing I rarely do plated, but I really like these swirly deals. I did not do those myself. I used to do stuff like that, but too hard on my hands anymore. Even the little bit of wire wrapping that I do, it's very hard on my hands. But that's carnelian and then sterling silver too. That's the only thing that's plated. But I haven't had issues, and I've been using those for a little while. I don't have many left. I don't even know if I can get them anymore, but anyways, these are check glass. I don't know if you can see, but they're owls with little swirled melon shape tiger eye. Yeah, those are neat. Again, in the mixed metal wires. And then down here, jade, oops. And then these are check glass and all 14 karat gold filled except for the top and bottom, the little spacer beads. Yeah. Hey, those of you who've been here a while, remember the willow tree, the big willow tree? Sadly, we had to have it taken down to the bare bones. It was at the end of last year. Beautiful tree. I really enjoyed it, the shade and sitting under there, and then the privacy out front. But unfortunately, the previous owners planted it way too close to the house. That is never a good thing. You know, the root system just likes to get wrapped around pipes and can cause all kinds of problems. And it grows so fast, which is kind of neat, but at the same time, was always having to trim it back over the house, made a big mess, so forth. So cut it down, and it's already starting to come back. And what is amazing is that the big branches that had been just sitting on the side for 6 months, not in water, not connected to anything, already started sprouting. So a couple of our neighbors took several of those to plant in their yards. One of our neighbor across the street, probably about 4 years ago, started 2 trees, and they are doing really well. So they make great starts, and we are going to start some more in back, away from the house and where we need more shade. And because they do like a lot of water, and places there where they will get it as well. All right, wow. I think I covered everything. That was a lot today, wasn't it? Because it's been a while. Okay, well, the next time, I'm not sure which but I do have the series that I started of my yarn mission, which I'm still on, and I do have some things to show you, but I like to have information to go along with it, rather than just a show and tell, you know, tell you what's what and a little review and that type of thing to go along with it. So that gives you just kind of more idea of where you might want to go with it, you know, whether it's something you want to try or not. And then working on that summer hat tutorial. Yeah. All right. Well, take good care, everyone, please. Hope to see you again next time. All right. Have a great rest of your day, weekend, whatever day of the week, time, month, year you're watching this. All right. And if you would, consider subscribing to and sharing and all that good stuff is always appreciated and helps my channel grow, get me out there a little bit. All right. Well, take good care, and I'll see you again soon. All right. Bye for now.